Welcome back to Music 4th grade. Our objective today is to perform a chant with an ostinato and identify and perform notes on a treble clef staff. All right, scholars, to start us off today, we are going to review some notes and the corresponding rests that go with those notes so we can better read our rhythms for today. So I'm going to take my paper. You can copy this down if you want, but you do not have to. I'm dividing it in half. This side we're going to show notes, and this side we're going to show the corresponding rests. So we're going to start with the note that takes up the most amount of time, and that is the whole note. So the whole note is just a circle, and it takes up the whole 4 beats. The corresponding rest looks like a hole in the ground, just a line with a box coming down from it. While a whole rest is silent, it still takes up a full 4 beats, just like the whole note. The whole note is one sound that lasts for 4 beats. The whole rest is no sounds or silence for 4 beats. The next note that we come across is the half note. Now our half note takes up half the amount of time as a whole note, and it looks like the whole note, but with a stem. So each half note takes up 2 beats. The whole note takes up 4, each half note takes up 2. Same thing for the half rests. The half rests only take up 2 beats as well. They look just like the whole note, but upside down to look like a hat. Our next note is one that we're probably all familiar with, and that is our quarter note. Our quarter note takes up 1 beat. It looks just like the half note, but the circle is colored in. So a half note takes up half the amount of time as a whole note. A quarter note takes up half the amount of time as a half note. And it is the same thing again for the quarter rest. Each quarter rest only takes up 1 beat. And it looks like a lightning bolt with a C at the end, at the bottom. All right, so we're continuing to divide things in half. Here's where it gets a little tricky. Our next note, which is the 8th note, only takes up half of 1 beat. So I'm going to put a little dotted line to show where the beat divides in half. 1/8 note looks like this. It looks like a quarter note with a tail coming out of the top. We usually see 2/8 notes together, which looks like this. So we're used to 2/8 notes together, but what that means is that each 8th note only takes up half of the beat. So if we want to put it by itself, it looks like that. If we put 2 together, it looks like this. We can even put multiple 8th notes together. If we had 4 8th notes in a row, each 8th note still only takes up half a beat, but we can connect them all together with one line to show that there are multiple 8th notes in a row there. So this is 1/8 note that takes up half of a beat. 2/8 notes would take up 1 beat, and 4/8 notes would take up 2 beats. When it comes to the 8th rest, It's a little bit simpler because there's only 1/8 rest. You're never going to combine eighth rests together. 1/8 rest will always take up half a beat, and it looks like a fancy 7. You curve the top and slant down. Each eighth rest only takes up half a beat. The eighth rest is really important to know because that takes up half the beat with silence, and if it's followed by an eighth note, we have to know that we don't start on the beat, we start halfway through the beat. So if this is a beat and I divide it in half, if I have an eighth rest on the first half of my beat and an eighth note on the second half, if this is my pulse, this rhythm would be and or day. Notice how I'm not saying the rhythm when my hand is tapping because it's not on the beat, it's off the beat. So the rhythm doesn't happen until my hand lifts up. Again, it's day, 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 day. We call that off the beat. That's going to be really useful to remember when we're trying to figure out our rhythm for our ostinato today. As promised, we have a chant to learn today with an ostinato. Now, if you remember, an ostinato is a repeated pattern that goes underneath a song or chant. So it is something that is repeated over and over and over again. It doesn't have to be the beat, but it is a repeated pattern. So our repeated pattern for our ostinato today looks like this. So we have 4/16 notes, 2 eighth notes, an eighth rest, an eighth note, and a quarter note. Right now, I want you to take some time to see if you can figure out how to say this rhythm by yourself. Then we'll go through it together. So right now, you're taking 30 seconds to think about how you would say this rhythm by yourself. All right, in order to say this rhythm correctly, we need to figure out which rhythms are on the beat and which rhythms are off the beat. So let's start with our first rhythm. We have 16th notes, or do-ta data. We know anytime that we have a do in music, it is always going to be on the beat. So I know that my very first beat starts where my blue line is. My very first beat starts on do. Now, I know that 4/16 notes fit inside one beat, so this whole rhythm right here is only one beat. So now going on to my next rhythm, do day. Again, we know that anytime we start on a do, that is on the beat. I also know that my first beat ended with this note because this is 1, 2, 3, 4 16th notes. So my first beat is over with this note, meaning that the next beat or the next note is my next beat. So I'm going to draw another blue line showing where my second beat starts. So these 4 notes fit inside one beat. Here I have 2 eighth notes, do day. As we drew at the beginning of class, and as we already know, 2 eighth notes fit inside one beat. So these 2 notes are all one beat. Because the beat ends here, we know that our next rhythm has to start the beat. So our next rhythm is an eighth rest, and our eighth rest is on the beat. As we discovered this at the beginning of class, we know that an eighth rest takes up half a beat. We see the next note is a day, or 1/8 note, and we know that 1/8 note takes up half a beat. So we have to put our musical math hats on here and know that half plus half equals 1 whole. So these two rhythms together make up 1 beat. Just like 2/8 notes make up 1 beat, an eighth rest and an eighth note make up 1 beat, meaning that our next rhythm, our quarter note or do, is on the next beat. So my blue lines represent where the beat is. So if I'm keeping a steady beat, I know that I'm tapping all the blue lines. So whatever rhythms are in between the blue lines need to fit inside 1 beat. So if I were to say this rhythm, it would sound like this. Do ta day ta do day, day do. If that's what you got when you had some time to practice by yourself, congratulations. That's awesome that you were able to read that rhythm all by yourself. If not, we're going to practice it a couple times together. So again, I'm tapping where all the blue lines are, so I'm tapping the beat, but I'm saying the rhythm. I'm saying the rhythm. Each rhythm in between the blue lines needs to fit into 1 beat. All right, again, tapping the beat, saying the rhythm. 1, 2, say it with me, go. Do ta day ta do day, day do. One more time, say it, go. Do ta day ta do day, day do. This time I'm going to tap the rhythm. I'm going to tap each rhythm you're supposed to say. At home, I want to see if you can continue to keep the steady beat by either tapping your shoulders, patting your knees, clapping your hands. Keep the beat any way you can while saying the rhythm. So you're keeping the beat, I'm saying and tapping each rhythm as we should be saying it. Get ready, keep the beat, beat, ready, say it, go. Do ta day ta do day, day do. One more time, say the rhythm, ready, go. Do ta day ta do day, day do. Notice how I'm not saying anything for that rest. That is a silent half beat. It is silent. So in my head, I'm saying, I may even be whispering it sometimes, but I'm not saying anything for this because it is silence. Let's do it one last time all together. Ready, go. Do ta day ta do day, day do. This is the rhythm for our ostinato, or a repeated pattern in our chant today. All right, taking the rhythm that we just learned, the ostinato for our chant goes like this. Gotta set the table right now. 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 Notice how I'm still following along with our rhythm. Gotta set the table right now. All right, get ready to say our ostinato with me. Say the ostinato, ready, go. Gotta set the table right now. 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 All right, our ostinato is pretty easy to remember. Now it's time to go line by line to learn the chant that goes above our ostinato or over our ostinato. I'm going to say the whole chant and then we'll take it together line by line. My turn first. Get up, you lazy head. Get up, you lazy scholar. I need those sheets for tablecloths. It's nearly time for dinner. All right, my turn, then your turn. My turn first. Get up, you lazy head. Get up, you lazy scholar. Your turn, ready, go. Get up, you lazy head. Get up, you lazy scholar. By yourself, ready, go. My turn, next line. We need those sheets for tablecloths. It's nearly time for dinner. Your turn, ready, go. We need those sheets for tablecloths. It's nearly time for dinner. By yourself, ready, go. My turn, my whole thing. Ready, here I go. Get up, you lazy head. Get up, you lazy scholar. We need those sheets for tablecloths. It's nearly time for dinner. Your turn, with me, go. Get up, you lazy head. Get up, you lazy scholar. We need those sheets for tablecloths. It's nearly time for dinner. By yourself, ready, go. That is our whole chant. The chant and the ostinato should be said at the same exact time. So to practice that, I'm going to start off by saying the chant, and you are going to be saying the ostinato at home. So what I'm saying is going to be different from what you're saying. You are starting by saying the ostinato. I'm going to be saying the chant. To help you out, I'm going to be patting the ostinato on my shoulders. So whatever rhythm I'm patting is what you're supposed to be saying, but I'm going to be saying the chant. So let's start off all together saying the ostinato. I'll let you know when I'm going to start in with the chant. When I start in with the chant, you are continuing the ostinato. So you're going to be following what I'm patting on my shoulders. All right, all together with the ostinato to start. Ready, go. Gotta set the table right now. Gotta set the table right now. Gotta set the table right now. Keep going. Here I go. Get up, you lazy head. Get up, you lazy scholar. We need those sheets for tablecloths. It's nearly time for dinner. So you should have ended right with me on right now, right with my pats. If you were able to do that the very first time, congratulations, that's really tricky to do. So nice work focusing on just your part and ignoring everything that Ms. Ziegler was saying. If you were not able to end with me and you were getting lost or confused, we're going to do it 2 more times with you doing the ostinato, so don't worry. All right, let's start it with the ostinato all together again. Gotta set the table right now. Join in. Gotta set the table right now. Gotta set the table right now. Keep going. Here I go. Get up, you lazy head. Get up, you lazy scholar. We need those sheets for tablecloths. It's nearly time for dinner. Now, I should have said now exactly at the same time that you said now at home. All right, hopefully I have a few more people keeping up with me and staying right on time with their ostinato. If you have not been able to stay on time with me so far yet, really focus in on this time. Ignore everything that you hear me saying. Focus on my shoulders and what I'm tapping. If that doesn't help you, close your eyes and focus on just saying the ostinato over and over again and blocking everything else out. All right, get ready. Ostinato all together. Ready, go. Gotta set the table right now. Gotta set the table right now. Keep going. Here I go. Get up, you lazy head. Get up, you lazy scholar. We need those sheets for tablecloths. It's nearly time for dinner. All right, hopefully I got every single scholar with me that time. Now it's time to switch jobs. So you were saying the ostinato, now you're going to be saying the chant. I'm going to continue with the ostinato. You are going to be saying the chant. Again, to help you out, this time I'm going to be tapping the chant on my shoulders that you should be saying while I'm saying the ostinato. So I'm going to continue the ostinato. When you start saying the chant, I'm going to be tapping my shoulders when you should be saying which rhythm. All right, we all start together with the ostinato. I'll let you know when it's time for you to come in with the chant. All right, ostinato. Gotta set the table right now. Gotta set the table right now. Gotta set the table right now. You start with the chant. Go. Gotta set the table right now. 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 All right, hopefully you were able to keep up with me and say the chant perfectly while I was saying the ostinato. If you were not, don't worry. Again, we're going to do it 2 more times. So remember, your part for the chant is get up, you lazy head, get up, you lazy scholar. We need those sheets for tablecloths. It's nearly time for dinner. All right, that's the chant that you're coming in with. We're going to start with the ostinato. Get ready. Ostinato goes. Gotta set the table right now. Gotta set the table right now. Gotta set the table right now. Start with the chant. Ready, go. Gotta set the table right now. 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 All right, last chance to end at the same time that I do. Hopefully you're able to block out my ostinato and only focus on your part, the chant. All right, last time, you ready? Gotta set the table right now. Gotta set the table right now. Gotta set the table right now. Start with the chant. Ready, go. Gotta set the table right now. 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 All right, scholars, if you were able to end at the same time with me, both when you were saying the ostinato and when you were saying the chant, congratulations, nice work. All right, thank you for working so hard with me today. Before I show you what your exit ticket looks like for the day, I want to give you one more nugget of musical knowledge for today. We have talked about the staff before. We've talked about the 5-line staff, and we've drawn it out and we've labeled all the lines and spaces. I want to make it a little bit easier for you so you can visualize the staff wherever you go. You don't have to draw out 5 lines in a treble clef every time that you want to think about what note is what. All you need with you is a hand. All right, so you'll see Ms. Ziegler doing this a lot when she's referencing a staff. You can think about your hand as a 5-line staff. Most of us have 5 fingers on a hand, so our 5 fingers represent the lines on the staff. The bottom line, second line, third line, fourth line, and the top line. In between our fingers represents the spaces. The bottom space, the second space, the third space, the top space. So when you want to think about your 5-line staff, you can simply look at your hand and think about the different ways that we remember the lines and spaces. So I always think about spaces first because space rhyming with face is easiest for me to remember. So if I want to figure out what note is in what space or what line, I think about face. I know F, A, C, E are my labels for the spaces. So I can use my hand to figure out what the lines are. F, what letter comes after F in the alphabet? G. So I know that my second line is G. A, what letter comes after A in the alphabet? I know that my third line is B. C, what comes after C in the alphabet? I know my fourth line is D. And E, what comes after E in the alphabet? I know my fifth line is F. So anytime that we are talking about different notes and where they are on the staff, please don't feel like you have to draw out a staff every time. You can simply look at your hands. So if Ms. Ziegler asks you which line or space is B, check out your hand, think about the spaces, or if you remember the lines, every good boy deserves fudge, every good boy, you can count, that's the 1, 2, third line is B. All right, so it's just kind of a little cheat sheet for you to be able to look at your hand instead of drawing out and writing on a piece of paper. To practice that, I'm going to point to a finger or a space between my fingers, and I want you to think about what line or space or what note for the line or space that I am pointing at is. All right, so like we just practiced, I'm pointing to the third finger up. Think about the order of the lines. Every good boy deserves fudge. So the third line is B. Nice job. What if I'm pointing to my second space? Take about 10 seconds to think about it. I know the order of space spells face, F, A. My second line is A. Another way you could have thought about that is we already labeled the third line as B. So if we're going to the next space down, we know we have to go backwards in the alphabet. So what comes before it? B in the alphabet, A. All right, next one. Which pitch am I pointing to with my second finger? Take about 10 seconds to think. Every good boy deserves fudge. So my second line is G, G. You can also think about it because we know that the space above G is A. And if we're going backwards in our musical alphabet, we know our musical alphabet goes A to G, A to G. So if we are at A and we're going backwards, the next note is G. All right, so if I'm pointing here, 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 I'm pointing to B, A, G. All right, keep that in mind for next week's lesson. We'll continue to work on that later. For right now, I'm going to walk you through our exit ticket for the day and give you the rest of class time to complete it. I will see you all next week. Bye. All right, scholars, as always, your exit ticket can be found in the 4th grade music Google Classroom. You click on classwork. You are picking your class only. If you are in Michigan, you are only doing Michigan's. If you are in Stanford, you're only doing Stanford. The date today is either 10/21 or 10/22. You are clicking on the exit ticket. Your exit ticket is through Flipgrid today. If you haven't joined the 4th grade music Flipgrid yet, join first by clicking this link. This link will take you to Flipgrid and allow you to join the classroom. You click Join with Google, and then you pick your GLA Google account. If you have already joined Flipgrid, you are clicking the big link next to the picture to access the assignment. It should take you right to the assignment. It should again say your class homeroom name, today's date, exit ticket. The instructions are as follows. Hello, 4th grade. For today's exit ticket, you are recording a video back to me of you clapping and saying the rhythm we used in our ostinato today. So you are clapping and saying do ta day ta do day day do. One more time it sounds like this. Do ta day ta do day day do. I'm looking for clapping and saying. Please record those back by the end of the day today, and I'm looking forward to watching them. All right, so to record a response back, you click the big record a response button and then record a video back to me. Again, I'm grading you on clapping and saying it. Please make sure to complete this exit ticket by the end of the day today so I can give you credit for joining today's class. Can't wait to watch your videos. See you next week.